Hi. Okay. I think that this is mostly Chapin's list from the Pro Tour winning deck list with a few minor changes to try them out. I have a Dictative Heliod, which is actually quite good when I was testing the band deck yesterday. So I'm personally looking forward to see if it keeps on form. I've also got a Johnny Mentor of Heroes added to the deck. So what these cards are replacing are the Banishing Light and the Read the Bones. I felt this deck had enough targeted removal, and kind of with the advent, like with the results showing that there is so much targeted removal, Hexproof is going to become more popular decks that don't care as much about targeted removal, aka decks that have cheaper threats. So you don't necessarily need the ninth one. So I've relegated it to the sideboard for now. Um, I've also replaced the two Polukranos with two Reapers of the Wilds. I think Reaper of the Wilds, actually, one of the most underrated abilities on this card is the fact that you get to scry one every time, which I think is actually incredibly underrated. Um, like being able to scry one and like just make sure you draw good cards, like when you're trading like creatures, is really powerful. And it does go through a little more because of the Death Touch, and obviously the Hexproof ability is quite relevant. Otherwise, the deck is pretty much a standard main deck. The sideboard, there's a loss of a God's Willing, which I'm not 100% sure about. I think God's Willing is actually quite powerful. I think I've added the Banishing Light and the Read the Bones from the main deck, as well as a Dictative Heliod. I took out the Boon Sadiers because I already have a Dictative Heliod and a Johnny main deck that add extra pressure, plus another Dictate in the sideboard, so I don't need as much aggression as I normally would, because I'm already providing it. Apart from that, the deck is pretty close to how it was. No major evolution, just slight innovations, and it was not on the first night of testing. I just want to see how the deck performs again. I'm also going to register in an 8-man because this deck is one of the few that allows me to double Q in this format. One of the very few. So we're going to register for an 8-man and just see where it leads us to. So yeah, we're starting the daily in about 2 minutes. Um, yeah, in the meantime, I mean, this deck's core is solid. I tried other decks, and I gotta be honest, guys. The deck with 4 Elspeths and an aggressive plan leading to the 4 Elspeths between Fleecemane Lines and Brimaz. You know, this shell, the 4 Elspeth, 4 Carotid, 4 Courser, 4 Fleecemane, 4 Brimaz, those 20 cards, for me, are probably going to be played to some degree in the deck I'm playing the Grand Prix. Maybe a Brimaz less, but that's about it. That shell of like 19, 20 cards is really critical in this format. It allows you to do a number of things. So, by having Brimaz, Fleecemane, Carotid, and Courser, you're getting to attack on a number of angles. You're getting to get incredible mana with the Carotid Courser engine, and the alternative plan of like the Fleecemane Brimaz engine means that you can like put pressure on your opponent and like deal with pressure as well. Um, you do obviously have sometimes the awkward draw. I mean, both like say Brimaz and Courser or something like that. But the cards are individually powerful. There's nothing in this deck like that's really bad. I mean, Carotid might be bad late game, and that's about it. Like everything else is so powerful. Um, I personally took out the Read the Bones because while I understand there's a need for like at least one card advantage card or like to smooth out the draws, I felt that having a Johnny was good because it allowed you to decide whether you wanted pressure or you wanted card draw. We're going to start the match here, I suspect. So, a little bit of a slow hand, but definitely not throwing it away. Unless my opponent has an extremely aggressive deck, I should be fine keeping this. And he has a Temple of Mystery to kick things off, so we're in this for the long haul. Fleece Main Line is quite good. We're going to play Temple of Plenty just in case we draw one of the untapped lands. We could draw a Thoughtseize. I don't need another Temple of Malady. That's for sure. Yeah, the only draw where this is bad is where I could draw Thoughtseize, but there are more Forest, Plains, and Mana Confluences than Thoughtseizes, so I'm just playing the odds here. We're going to play Temple of Malady here. We could have the basic Swamp on top, but I'm actually okay with going Fleece Main and then Corsair the turn after, so we're going to put the basic Swamp on the bottom as well. Although I could see keeping it, I think like we're likely to draw some lands already from Corsair, and this game's going to go long. We don't need the mana right away. So he plays Corsair Crewfix right away, interestingly, which generally is not the right move because you don't get an advantage from the Corsair right away. I'm personally a fan of going Hero's Downfall. While those decks have Planeswalkers, there's only really Ashok, so I'm okay with going Hero's Downfall on his upkeep, on his draw step. Although he could have like a counter spell, they only have one usually, so it's very unlikely to matter. We're gonna see. Yeah, so he has Unravel the Ether. So I know that's the card on top now. So it does make my course a little worse. Not too much worse, just a little worse. I mean, I take the risk running into a counter spell, but it's worth the risk. They only have one, and the extra information can be quite valuable. So I know he has a Temple of Mystery, and he has an Unravel the Ether, which is interesting here. I thought he might have a second Corsair, though, with the way he played it. Because he played it out without any fear, so yeah. He's thinking about keeping the Unravel. He kept the Unravel, which is interesting. I could play my own Corsair here, which I think is fine. Not great, because I know he has Unravel, but it is on his Sphinx turn, so I'm okay with that. Fortunately, I have a Fleece Main on top. I mean, Fleece Main is fine. I can play 2 Fleece Mains next turn, although that's terrible. I could give it a Fleece Main, or I could go for putting it on the bottom. I have 2 options here. Doesn't really matter ultimately. Like he can shuffle it away, so I don't. Yeah. It's interesting that he kept the Unravel. Normally, okay, so he has a Keratin on top. He keeps Keratin. That's very interesting. He must have like Silence the Believers in hand. I can't think of another card where he'd want to keep Keratin on top. Unless he put it on the bottom and got lucky. No, he kept Keratin. Okay. I suspect that he has Silence the Believers in hand. There's no other reason to keep Keratin. Like, none at all. He has Kiora? Okay. Still doesn't justify it, like... Okay, so he bubbled my Corsair, I suspect. So I have a few options here. I have a Temple of Silence, so that's the obvious play at least. The forest on top is actually quite interesting because it allows me to go Elspeth next turn, which may be good considering Kiora. But I'm more of a fan of going Fleece Main potentially times 2. Even if there is a risk of getting Bile Blighted, it's quite unlikely. It might be a gamble though, I'm not going to lie on that. The alternative is Silence the Believers. I'll put it on the bottom. Okay, so there's a swamp on top, so it doesn't matter. I can go for like double Fleece Main, or which could get Bile Blighted, which is a huge blowout. Especially when I would dictate. Uh, with a Cura at 4, it's like, do I want to play around Bile Blight, basically? Because the problem is that Cura is going to be problematic. So I have to be careful. Like, if I let it ultimate, it's going to be a problem. I think I'm okay like this. So silence the believers on top, which means he can draw it with Cura, which is not good for me. So I know he has a Sylvan Carotid and an Unravel the Ether. Those are the two cards. There are two cards I don't know. Although I suspect if he kept Carotid, he has another silence in hand. Um, Hero's Downfall, okay. I'll definitely be playing Elspeth then. Like, it might be a little less card advantage, but with Dictate of Heliod and Elspeth, I'll be able to kill Cura and deal some nice damage here. Carotid gets played. Yep. There is a Temple of Silence on top, which makes me want to like just play the Elspeth here. Sorry, like it makes me not want to play the Elspeth and just like go Silence the Believers, but I need something on the table to deal with Cura because once that ultimates, I might be in some trouble. Yes, two cards. I know he has a Silence on top. It's kind of an awkward like part because like denying the card advantage from Temple of Silence. Um, but I think declining to Elspeth here is too much of a miss. So even if it is a huge dismissal of card advantage, I am going to. Because here's the problem: it's not just dismissing the land on top, like in terms of getting an extra land for free. It's also I don't have to draw that land. Which is actually quite key. But I think getting Elspeth out there is really important. So obviously he's going to probably play Temple here. I'd hope so. So he's Unravel the Ether and Silence the Believers. The best thing he could probably do here for me is Unravel the Ether away my Courser. Because I have Dictate of Heliod. He's Ashok as well, okay. I will like play my Dictate into removal if I need to. If it kills Cura. Yeah, obviously he keeps the Ashok on top. Okay, so he plays Unravel the Ether here, which is good for me. He does have Counter Magic mana up, so I'm quite happy he's tapping it out. Second Courser Crewfix. That's not good. Because I can't go Dictate and Cura, which is problematic. So that Cura is going to survive, so I'm going to have to... I'm basically going to have a plan B. Unless I can draw a untapped land for Silence the Believers, which I don't. So now I am in dire straits, because that Cura is going to ultimate, and I have to figure out a way to win regardless of that. I can, by the way. It's not like game over. It's just not going to be easy. Because he has a Silence the Believers in hand, and I know he's going to draw an Ashok, which is not ultimately the end of the world for me. I'm just going to have to overload him. I think I put Fleece Mane on the bottom here since I could add Fleece Mane to the top. Actually, wait. If I go next turn, what's my turn? I could either ultimate this or go Fleece Mane ultimate or Fleece Mane dictate. I'll put a Fleece Mane on top. And then oh, he has Silence the Believers and 7 mana. Uh Ultimately, if he taps out for Silence the Believers, it's not that bad for me. So I am actually going to just run out my Fleece Mane because this game is not really bad Fleece Mane. And to be fair, I'm threatening Elspeth's ultimate too. Like, it's not like he has infinite time. Like, he could ultimate Kiora, but it might not matter. Hi, guys? Like, yeah, he ultimates Kiora, but he only has Ashock and a Silence the Believers against my Elspeth ultimate coming up soon, so... Unless he goes, like, literal Forest, it doesn't actually matter here. I also got the Fleece Mane, so I don't necessarily need to show the Dictate. So he can ultimate his Kraken, and I just genuinely do not care. Like, once this ultimates, that's it. Like, that is untold amounts of damage. Sorry, guys. Mosquito. So he has a Silence the Believers and an Ashock, and a Forest on top. I'm pretty convinced that playing that Forest off top is probably correct. Just a hunch. He gets to gain life and like not draw that Forest. That seems good. Why did he not play the Forest? He just thinks the Krakens are gonna win it all. Oh, he does have Ashock, which does. Okay, so he silences the Fleece Mane, which is okay. Ultimately, I don't care too much about the Fleece Mane. It's not the end of the world. He's going to go Ashock, plus, obviously, and get rid of my Fleece Mane. Yeah, so I should have put it on the bottom, actually, now that I think about it. I am, by the way, loving the fact that my opponent has a Forest and is not going to play it. He's just going to decline playing his card advantage. Let's see here. He's at 17. He has 2 blockers. So he's taking a minimum of 5 times 3, 15. Oh, but he has a Kraken, right. So I'll probably just pass the turn and like silence the Believers or like Dictate of Heliod or something. Is it my go? Like, yeah, depending what's on top, I can probably win against most cards. I can't think of many cards off the top that would stop me. Like, I'm definitely drawing up Plains, which is pretty useless, to be honest. It brings me no benefits. Oh, yeah, to be fair, even if he's got Krakens coming, he's pretty good. Oh, okay. Okay, so my opponent literally just said, for those who couldn't read like tiny text, he wants to play his Forest, but he can't move the My Library from his My Library. So that's why he's not playing the Forest, is he's having trouble like clicking on it. And obviously you don't want to give up, because that Forest is like a dead draw, so I fully understand why he's doing, like, waiting. Yeah. So Chapin's deck is still very good. Definitely souped up by Dictate of Heliod. Dictative Heliod is basically a 5 mana Elspeth ultimate emblem. Although Elspeth is good for other reasons. Flying notwithstanding, but eh. There we go. So he plays the forest and he has an island on top. Meaning that I pretty much won this game. Like, this is my game to like literally punt. Because I have complete control of this game. I have another Silence of Believers on top. Um, so I'm literally going to play an island of plains and pass a turn. Going +1 with Elspeth. There's really nothing he can do here because he doesn't have any land. He only has land, so he can't do anything. I don't even need to dictate a Heliod. He has no card that can win him the game. Like, none whatsoever. He's taking in the air, like, tons of damage, so. Like, Elspeth's gonna ultimate and win, so. There's nothing he can do about that. He has one card in hand, which is a land, which I know about. And he's gonna take, like, 9 times 3, which is 27. Yeah, sure, he exiles the top 3 cards, so he gets the silence, and I think he has a Carotid as well. Yeah, he has a Carotid. So now I have a land on top. How ironic, yeah. Like, I'm just gonna ultimate Elspeth. Like, nothing else is gonna happen. I could silence the Believers here, which I like. I don't need to, but I can. He knows I have it in my deck, so it's not, like, a mystery. What? Yep, there we go. And then Elspeth's gonna ultimate. And the game is over. I think my emblem's better than the Cura's here. We're gonna attack him with everything. Dealing some kind of untold damage. I mean, I could, like, for fun, play Dictative Heliod and, like, deal more, but I don't need to. Would have been too, like, overkill. Oh, okay, so that was interesting. Let's see, Thoughtseize, Arbor Colossus. Arbor Colossus is a bit clunky, but it does, like, go through prognostic Sphinx. Read the Bone is pretty good. Deicide, no. Glare Heresy, no. I could have the extra Banishing Light for Planeswalkers. I may have it or not. I'll see. And the Dictator of Heliod, maybe. We are losing. Carotids. Carotids are an easy card to board out because your curve is going. I mean, the game's going long. You don't need Carotids. And I could lose like 2 Silence the Believers. I can board in the Banishing Light or the Dictate of Heliod. I think dealing with Planeswalkers is probably correct. And leaving 1 Dictate of Heliod in for kind of the surprise. Johnny Mentor of Heroes feels better. And there's enough 5s now, if I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah, there's enough, like, expensive cards. Without Courser as well. Tons of freeze. Yeah, Silence of Believers is definitely not as good to put against that deck. I think this will do it. Yeah, so some card advantage, some still have like 2 silences just in case, but yeah, more threats basically is the theme. I could definitely have I could have 1 less Arbor Colossus for 1 more Dictate, but especially since he'll have a lot of spot removal, so I'm okay with that. That's fine. I still keep 4 Brimaz because Brimaz is a really good threat. I could like board out another Silence of Believers for one of these. I like it. More threats is good usually. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I like Arbor there as well. You have a big threat, and like they have to deal with it. I don't like Silence of Believers much. Why did I put a Johnny in? I wanted to try to replace the Read the Bows with a card that was also a threat, and a Johnny felt like both card advantage and a threat, which is why I have it. Like you can mix and match. You can either go for a threat or for card advantage, depending on what's better. That versatility is actually quite nice. Yeah, with one more land, ideally that produces white, but I can't keep this hand. This hand's fine. It's a bit on the expensive side, but I'm not exactly getting rushed out of the gate, so. Like, it's not the best mana, but like I would rather this than a hand at 5, so. Let's see here. Mana Confluence is a tough one, because I don't need many lands, but the extra green is important, so I'm going to draw the Mana Confluence. I'll probably push away other lands. Like, this is going to take a while to get going, unfortunately, and I have no way to interact with a Courser or anything, so... So, like, if he goes with an early Ashiok, that's not good for me. Temple of Silence. The second Mana Confluence is not as good as the first one, for sure. Bit awkward to have drawn on Plains when I would have rather drawn on Force, but whatever. Happens. Okay, so as I said, really slow. We don't have to rush. We don't. That's why you're not playing Carroted. Brim has the justification for being played. Plus, remember, I might have made a mistake there. It might have been correct to play Mana Confluence there. Just because the one life doesn't matter too much, and if I draw Corsair Crewfix, I just missed that land drop. For like if there's a land on top for free, so that was a mistake. I should have played the Mana Confluence there. Like the one life is gonna matter so rarely. Yeah, he silenced the believes it. Yeah. It turns out it doesn't matter, but I'd rather try and play perfect if you can. Fozzie's is good here at most points of the game, so we'll keep it on top. Next turn I can either go Dictative Heliod or Fozzie's. We'll see. Depends what he does here. Corsair Crewfix is pretty good, yeah. Now, why he played his land first is beyond me. I have two options here. I can either, because I don't have the mana for Arbor Colossus, so I think I'm going to go end of turn Dictate and then Elspeth. Because that's such a powerful combo. Like, I need to use my mana up well and efficiently as well, so. The alternative is I draw into an initial green and go for Arbor Colossus, but I don't think so, so. I'll play the Swamp here. I'm not convinced it's correct. I'd happily be proven wrong here. Fortunately, he has his land on top, which is great for him. Drown in Sorrow is an interesting one. And one that may be mocked quite soon if he keeps it. I don't think he's going to keep Drown in Sorrow. It loses so much value when it's revealed. Because this deck like has almost nothing that dies to Drown in Sorrow. It has like tokens. I actually don't like keeping it at all. I still will run the... Wow. I will still run the Dictate anyways. Because running Elspeth out there, like if I take a counterspell, is pretty good. We'll see what happens though. Oh wow. Psychic Intrusion. That's really awkward. I have two options. I can let him. I guess I might as well let him see what I have. Fushi's gonna take Elspeth, which is not gonna make me happy. There's not much I can do. Like, that's really, really good. Maybe I should have fought Seize my opponent to prevent Psychic Intrusion. It felt like bad mana. I wanted to... Maybe it was correct to do it. Yeah, now he's going to take Elspeth and I'm in trouble. Which is not ideal, I gotta be honest. I probably could have avoided this whole situation. If he takes Dictate... The reason I didn't play Dictate out there is I don't actually mind if he takes it. Quite honestly, like with Elspeth. Yeah, so we're just going to run the Dictate out there and hope for the best. I got Silence the Believers, but that's not going to stop Elspeth. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so he has pretty much everything. He has Unravel the Ether versus the Dictate, which I don't mind. He has Hero's Downfall versus the Arbor Colossus and Prognostic Sphinx. I think I prefer taking the Hero's Downfall here. Yeah. As the Silence of Believers can at least take a card if I'm fortunate. I don't have the second green. Yeah, my hand wasn't the strongest then, yeah. Cure on top's not good for me. Since that continues the theme, like, yeah, the Psychic Intrusion was really, really good here. I'm not actually sure how I'm gonna... what I'm gonna do to win now. Since that Elspeth is really good. And I don't have one of my own. Like, if I had one of my own, it would have been okay. Just about. Yeah. Psychic Intrusion is really awkward to cast, by the way. If you didn't know. Yeah, I'm just going to take the damage here. But I'm in dire straits. Guess I could Thoughtseize again, but that's not going to help with the current situation. I could take the Sphinx or the Unravel. I'll get with the Unravel because I have an Arbor Colossus, but I'll be honest, this is not looking good for me. Oh, he has Hero's Downfall as well. I'll concede. There's no... I could play on, like, run down the clock, but I don't see the point. Like, he's got it, he's got it. I mean, I could have Hero's Downfall the Elspeth, but the tokens are just going to get me, so... A bit unfortunate. He keeps Unravel, which I don't necessarily agree with, but keeping Unravel makes me question whether I should have the Silence the Believers in again. I still think I prefer the Fret, so... we'll just carry on as is. Carry on the plan. I like it. Yeah, Psychic Intrusion just proves like its power there. Like both removing the Fret and being able to play it is really good. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, this is a like slam dunk keep. The only thing I'm wondering with this hand is how on a position I think I want to go turn 2 Fleece Mane because I can probably get at least a hidden. Because Courser is more value on turn 4 anyway, so we're gonna go Temple of Plenty turn 1. Brimaz is interesting because while it's a good Fret, I don't have double white, so I'm gonna have to ship it to the bottom for now. I don't really want to draw Brimaz like in this situation. Like, if I had a second, like, if this was black-white, I would have played the black-white temple and gone, like, Brimaz into Courser. The second force is interesting, but doesn't... Fundamentally, it doesn't change anything. I still would rather play Courser when I'm getting an advantage, but we'll see. I mean, I might just play him straight up. Um, it's unlikely, but I could. So, yep. It does, like, evade him from Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize takes Elspeth anyways. Uh, Courser does... Playing Courser does have the advantage of, like, keeping on the pressure. But it does make it, like, an Unravel the for actually good, so... I'm just gonna play Temple of Malady and pass. Temple of Plenty can go to the bottom. Might be incorrect, actually, but I think it's correct. That looks like a hero's downfall. We might have a Courser and Wonder. I don't think it's correct, but... Okay, now he has a hero's downfall next turn. So, yeah, for sure my guy is not surviving. It's like, do I play Courser Krufix and just hope for the best? Probably. Oh, that's unlucky. Of course, my opponent, like, outguns me on that. I'll go with keeping a Fleece Mane to the top here. Because he has to tap out for his, He has to tap out, and it gives me, like, Hero's Downfall, Fleece Mane. So, yeah, just pass the turn here. Oh, he has to land down. Oh, so lucky. He played an island from his hand, so, wow. Really? Why would he play island? Like, that's, like, the biggest telegraph in the world. I can just, like, play untap land and pass, and all of a sudden my opponent is in a world of hurt. Because he has to kind of pass, do nothing. Which I'm pretty sure is not what he wants. Okay. So he has a counterspell magic up? He has counterspell mana up, for sure. Again, the non-lands. I can just attack with both, to be honest. It's not going to cost me anything to do that. Just the threat of activation's enough. Like, I'm okay with this situation. This is fine. I don't need to walk into the hero's downfall I know he has. So just pass the turn here. It's fine. Like, he just, like, skipped his turn, if I'm not mistaken, by playing that island. Like, if he tries to kill this, I just monstrous this. Yeah, so just ultimate this now, yeah. For sure. Yep. The Courser's dead. Psychic Intrusion is on top. I may be playing Elspeth next turn. I really hope he doesn't have Psychic Intrusion this turn, because that would be awkward. Yeah, I'm not walking into this all when you play basic island, but... Prognostic Sphinx, not unexpected, I gotta be honest. I have two options here, but I don't think any option is as good as casting Elspeth here. He does have Psychic Intrusion, which is more than awkward, but I think casting Elspeth here is completely fine. What are my other options if I'm not casting Elspeth? No, I gotta cast Elspeth. I can't, like, not cast that Elspeth. Like, he's probably gonna, like, do... It's not great in terms of, like, Sphinx attacks, but I get to at least make, like, 6 dudes, so it's not too bad. And if I ever draw a Dictative Heliod, my opponent's in trouble. So I know he probably has a dissolve, by the way, which I need to remember. Like, if he plays basic island and passes rather than swamp, he must have a dissolve. There's no way. No way. Unless he screwed up monumentally to that he does not have a dissolve. I wouldn't have telegraphed a dissolve. Like, what am I going to counter? Like, if I have 5 mana, like, you know that you're skipping your turn, so. I don't like that. I didn't like playing that basic island and losing the value from Courser. Maybe like he has Hero's Downfall. It's not like he has no play. You just play your land from the top, and Hero's Downfall my Fleece Mane. It's fine, completely acceptable. So he goes Psychic Intrusion. I do have like oh, he has Hero's Downfall. Okay. There is a Cure on top, which is not great, but okay, interesting. So I get to play Arbor Colossus next turn. But he does get to like get a land on top, which is not good for me. Bottom, 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 huh? Okay, bottom, bottom, top. So he doesn't get a land. That's really interesting. I could play the second Elspeth, seeing as the first one was good for me. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see, if I attack, he takes 6, goes to 11. And then there's still 2 soldiers in play, and I just play the second Elspeth. That seems good. I'm okay with that. He's obviously going to block the soldier token, but yeah. So he has Dissolve, Cura. Is there anything else I missed that he's shown? So he has a forest on top, and this time he makes the wise play of playing that forest. Uh, he has 6 mana, so he can't really. He could go Cura. He does have like his combo of Cura, Pronoctis, and Courser, so he could go like Cura if there's an untapped blue source, but it's unlikely. Yeah, Psychic Intrusion and Cura. And he's out of Hero's Downfalls, probably. Uh, so I can probably play the Arbor Colossus next turn, or like upkeep the Hero's Downfall. I'll see what happens here. Definitely think attacking Elspeth is the right play, regardless of what else he might do. I know he has a Dissolve. That's pretty obvious. So if he has Dissolve, that means I'm probably playing Fleece Mane like into it. I don't mind that too much. And then having their Hero's Downfall on his upkeep on the Sphinx potentially, because then I know I'm getting Dissolve and a spell. He didn't play a land on one of the turns, so either he's protecting his Sphinx with a land, which okay, fair play, or he's got another spell which I can get, which is good. The key here is Elspeth is surviving a turn and putting a lot of pressure on my opponent, who's only at 12 life. Give or take a bit on Courser. Yeah, like, this is the game plan I want, is to put enough pressure on my opponent that second Intrusion is a non-problem. Because he can't play Intrusion because he just doesn't have the time. Like, if they play Intrusion and they have the time, there is actually nothing I can do. Like, if I don't put a Fred, like, they're going to Intrusion and next turn play whatever I have. But if I can put pressure, like, if like they play Intrusion on a board of Fleece Mane Brimaz, you're like, okay, attack for like 8 or something. You're like probably at 8 or something. So if I have any like answers to what you took, you're in trouble. My opponent's taking a lot of time thinking about this. And his deck does have like Kajillion triggers, so from experience, like I probably should have run out of this clock last game if I was being a little greedy. But you know, let's see what he does here. Does he go Psychic Intrusion? Because I do have a Hero's Downfall. Okay, if he does Psychic Intrusion, most probably takes the Hero's Downfall here. You can take the Arbor Colossus, I guess, but that seems poor. Um, Like, he's going to attack Elspeth. If I play Colossus, he can then Hero's Downfall the Colossus and kill Elspeth as well. Which is pretty good, I gotta be honest. Um, but I don't think Intrusion's the right play, because I can bash in for a lot. If he gives them both at bay, then I just make some more guys and play Arbor Colossus, and I got attack with like the Sphinx can block the Fleecemane, Courser blocks, and then he takes 4, so he goes to 8, which is good for me. So he has Kiora. He's gonna have Courser. He has a Dissolve. So he has Kiora Dissolve, and an unknown card, and Courser. I mean, I don't know if he has Dissolve. He hasn't revealed it, but instead of playing a Swamp off the top, he went basic Island, which to me is like the biggest telling sign. Oh wow, he took the Fleecemane. That is really interesting. Taking the Fleecemane there is really intriguing for me. Probably just needs a cheap like guy to survive. Oh wow, so he has Silence now? Silence the Believers? Silence is not the end of the world right now. It doesn't really do much. Okay, so I have Brimaz and Hero's Downfall, which is a pretty good turn of events. So I could Hero's Downfall his Courser, which actually may not be that bad. Just because it puts that much pressure on my opponent. Like if I Hero's Downfall his Courser, he can kill Elspeth, but he does have like another Courser in hand. But you take like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, goes to 3. Um, like has to play the other Courser to get any advantage from it. I like it. I like it. Yep. Hero's Downfall the Courser. He may have a drown in sorrow, but he can't really do too much with it. Like, because he does have to kill the Elspeth at some point. Like, Brimaz does eat the Silence of Believers, but I don't actually mind that so much. Like, he can't... It's going to be really hard for him to, like, do everything. Like, given infinite turns, he might win, but he doesn't have infinite turns. Doesn't have infinite time. And let's be honest, time is running out for my opponent. So my opponent has a Courser Crewfix, he has Psychic Intrusion removing Fleecemane Line, and a Silence the Believers. Oh no, he put Courser on the bottom, sorry. He has Silence the Believers and Silence the Believers, Kiora, Dissolve, and the Fleecemane plus Unknown. I'm pretty sure he's dead if he got Silence. If he has Drown in Sorrow, which is probably his best out, then... I mean, if he has double Drown, okay, but he doesn't have the mana for double Drown. If he goes Drown in Sorrow, then he still dies from, like, the attack, so... because he has to kill... Well, he maybe doesn't die, but, like, Elspeth will get him next turn. Because he has an attack with Sphinx, so Elspeth survives an extra turn. My opponent's got 2 minutes on the clock as well, like... Even if he managed to have exactly what he needed to win the game, he can't win the game in this time. The scry alone takes like 15 seconds, so... Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I can double queue with Bug. Like, this deck maybe, because it's aggressive enough, but Bug, no. No way. Like, he can kill Elspeth and then die to the tokens. I guess if he goes, like, kill Elspeth, Drown in Sorrow, and Fleecemane Lion, he lives a turn. No, wait, no. He doesn't, because he dies anyway, so, yeah, okay. You're right, he needs double Drown, so he needs, like, Swamp, Drown. Like, out of his mist... The thing, though, he has a Dissolve because he played an Island, so it's pretty telegraphic. He has Silence the Believers, and he has, something else. And he missed a land drop. Uh, Something else that was not really relevant. We'll see. Pretty sure he can't win this one. Like, with the best will in the world, my opponent cannot win with this one. Like, even if there was a slim margin of surviving this turn, like, of living this turn and not doing much, he's down to 45 seconds. I'm pretty sure I win this match anyways. Like, you could, like, silence, swamp, drown, but he should have played that swamp earlier. Oh, yeah, he has a Cura. Cura's not going to do it. Bio Blight. Okay, that's a creative out. That could do it, but he can't attack into. Okay. So Bio Blight was the only card I didn't know of that he had. Okay. And he plays Kiora and survives. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Not that it's in a good position that he survives. So we're just going to make some guys with Elspeth. Attack. I'll play the Arbor Colossus. I'm gonna attack with my army of stuff. Cat Soldier attacks this player, of course. So the Brimaz is bubbled. Okay, Bob Light's an interesting one. It was the only one I didn't see, so fair enough. But now I've got Arbor Colossus as well, so he could silence the Brimaz and the Arbor Colossus, but he still dies to the rest. Seb okay with running it out here? It's fine to run it out there because of what he's got. Yeah, see, Temple O'Malley's not going to do it. He's at 3 seconds, so it's over. But I'm pretty sure I would have won this game given time. So 1-0 in the daily. Given time, it's hard to see how I would have lost this game, though. Like, wasn't that much life. I can't even tell, like, what the cards were, but okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, the bug deck, like, definitely loses on time, so. By the way, I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break if you guys are okay with that. While we wait for the next round to start. Anyways, with that nice encouragement, I forgot to give you guys a deck. So yeah, just have a quick look at it. Get comfy again. Basically, it's Chapin's list with one or two pieces of tech that I wanted to try. The tech being Reaper of the Wilds over Prolukranos, Dictate of Heliod, a Johnny Mentor of Heroes, and whatever dictated the board. The sideboard was changed a bit as a result. The God's Willing is no longer here, but I gotta be honest. I kind of feel like it might be good. I haven't quite done the in and outs, so I'm not 100% sure on um, if it was correct to take it out. It's also worth noting that while I think Reaper of the Wilds is better overall, I'm not 100% sure. It might be that like you don't actually have the mana to protect it with hexproof, so it's actually correct to not to run Pelucranos instead as a result. But I think the Scry one is pretty important. So, opinions on the Junk Reanimator deck. As far as I can tell, it won't be popular. Um, just straight blank. Like, if you're playing... It just... The archetype did okay at the Pro Tour, I think. It was kind of average. I mean, even... The problem is not that the hate isn't there. Is that the Reanimator shell is not good. Like, just straight up. It's just not good. Like, you have Whip of Erebos, I think, and that's... Like, what else? Like, I think you have Rescue from the Underworld, and that's about it. Like, you can play, like, Curve for 6 Insight to, like, draw to the Whip, but... I mean, it's okay, but I don't think the deck is really viable. Like, it's... I mean, you're playing Ashen Rider, sure. That's fine. Um... The problem is like that the deck doesn't have a strong enough engine to justify running like Satyr Wayfinder, for example. Like the engine isn't powerful enough, right? Like you would run mulch in like a traditional graveyard deck, like Unburial Rites deck that used to be popular, because you're mulliganing to it, like mulching like 4 cards was really important. Because your engine was actually strong. But in a block, not so much. Yeah, Son of the Believer is a pain against Ashen Rider. I mean, you still get the value, the Angel of Despair value. Uh, but yeah, like the deck engine is not strong enough, right? Like, even if everything goes to plan and you go like Ashen Rider, or like from Whip and Ashen Rider from Whip, you just like you did Vindicate 2 permanents and you did swing for like 10 and lifelink, but then you're like, yeah, but what else am I doing here? It just feels like if you're playing those colors, you might as well just be more aggressive. Oh wow. Anyways, I like being aggressive in this format. I think having Fleecemane and Brimaz in the base green deck's actually quite nice. Being able to put pressure on your opponent. Uh, like it's felt really good for me personally. We're 4 by the way in the 8 man. Um, yeah, like it feels much better to me if I'm honest because when I was playing the bug deck, it kind of sometimes felt like you needed something. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's what I expect. The Junk Reanimator deck is fine. It's not great. Like for those callers, you have more solid strategies. Like for starters, I don't know how that deck beats aggro in like a million years. Maybe I mean maybe it does. Maybe it has like a bunch of anti aggro cards and I forgot about them. Um, uh, what with Junk Reanimator? Well, I mean, if the deck was 50% at the Pro Tour, then there will be at least a few that went 6-4, so there will be a Junk Reanimator deck list available in the coverage for sure. Um, but yeah, I would just play Chapin's deck. Like, look at the Junk decks, by the way. Like, Chapin probably had the best version of the Junk deck, but there were actually like 5 or something Junk decks, and all of them were featured on the decks that went 18 points or better. Like Junk as an archetype overperformed massively. All the Junk decks were different. They all have the core of Sylvan, Carotid, Corsair, Krufix, and Elspeth. A lot of them had 4 Fleecemane in the sideboard. I think they were more like green black splashing Elspeth than than Brimaz and Fleecemane. Yeah. I don't think the Junk Reanimate deck is that great. I mean, think of it this way: what's like your nut draw, or like what are you doing to prevent a nut draw? Right? Your nut draw is sit here, wait, Sylvan Carotid. Not even that. No, like it's turn free. Crucifix inside or something to mill a bunch of cards and get whipped on turn 4 and turn 5 whip a thing into play. That's your nut draw. Going turn 5 whip vindicate, which isn't bad, but like it isn't bad, but that's about it. If that's your nut draw, I think you could be doing better. Um, yeah. Thoughts on blue white heroic after testing? Like after I've tested, I haven't played the blue white heroic deck, so take my advice with a grain of salt. I think there are very, very few people who can play that deck correctly. Like Jared Butcher did well, but Jared Butcher's an excellent player, from what I can gather. And Blue White Heroic is one of those decks that, trust me, will be unforgiving for any mistake you make. Like, if you give your opponent one opening, you may give up a lot of advantage. Okay, so yeah, like yeah, I'm not convinced about that. Like I don't think you should be playing a heroic deck at all at the Grand Prix. I think it's incorrect. Like if you look at the results, the heroic decks perform the worst as an archetype. Like why would you play those? Next up. So how many buys do I have at Grand Prix Manchester? I'm somehow still a silver player, which is quite sweet. So I'm gonna have a grand total of 2 buys. I usually get enough Planeswalker points for 2 buys. I may from August. I'm gonna have to make sure that's the case. Um, okay, so let me see. This hand is a little awkward in that I need frets, but with temples I should be fine. I'm probably gonna go, by the way, Thoughtseize on turn 3. Like I don't need to play Thoughtseize right away. It's very rare. Here I'm gonna play Temple of Silence, so I can play an untapped forest. Elspeth. I have 2 accelerants. I can draw Elspeth. Elspeth is fine. Carotid, okay. Do I want to Thoughtseize my opponent now? Like, if I Thoughtseize my opponent now, I'm skipping on a Carotid. I think I want to go Carotid here. Just because it seems like the best option. Like, I can always... Yeah. I think it's correct to go Carotid here. Like, you could go, like, Corsair, get advantage, but it happens, right? Yeah, sure. Oh, thank goodness, that would have been disgusting if he managed the whole, the trifecta on the play as well. That'd been, he's obviously keeping Silence of Believers. The question is whether I would think of taking away the Silence of Believer with Thoughtseize. He is playing, oh, he got rid of it. Interesting. He has Banishing Light on top, so I could wait a turn and Thoughtseize him later, but I'll do it now. Like, I could wait until and see if the... But he's not going to draw Elspeth. Oh, wow. He's not playing that deck at all. He has 2 Banishing Lights. a Crucifix Insight, and a Whip of Erebos. I'm going to take away his card advantage engine, I suspect here. Just because everything else is pretty... Like, I make free tokens with Elspeth, so it's not the end of the world. Um, yeah, I think Crucifix Insight is the card I want to take here. I don't fundamentally care about Whip too much. Like, he can gain some life, but... I'll go with another Temple of Silence, since I have Basic Forest. Elspeth times 2. It's awkward, but I'll keep it. Oh, he had a Forest on top, and has an Eidolon of Blossoms, okay. So, questions in no particular order. Why would you not play a U-White Heroic deck in Manchester? Because I think it's weak. End of story. That's it. Like, I think the deck is fundamentally bad. Like, I think any aggro deck in this format is fundamentally bad. You may not buy it, but that's just my opinion, right? But fundamentally, I think they're all bad. I play Brimaz here because I don't want him to start drawing cards with Banishing Light. He doesn't have the mana to play both Banishing Light and Eidolon of Blossom, so I'll abuse that fact. What do I think of the Mono Black Heroic, Mono Black aggro decks? They're still no good. Like, look, anything that's aggro has performed poorly apart from red green aggro. Bottom line. Like the heroic decks just feel so. Like, come on, look, this is the format. It's Sylvan Caryatid and Corsair Crucifix. You're not going to do much against that. Doomwake Giant, huh? That's pretty good against Elspeth tokens, huh? Okay. I have a few options, but like I am tempted to Hero's Downfall the Eidolon of Blossoms here, unless I can draw something that because if I go Elspeth, like it's not gonna do much. I guess I could go Elspeth, but he's gonna like kill them, draw a card, and attack with these two. I guess Brimaz eats the Eidolon, so he can't really do that. So I'm okay with Elspeth, as weird as it is. He does get to kill the tokens, but Elspeth stays in play. Like, so if he kills the tokens, then... Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. He's going to draw a lot of cards off this. This is horrible, but I have to kill the Eidolon of Blossoms now. I can't even attack with Brimaz, which is horrible. But he just blocks. Like, I attack and eats my soldier and gains... I guess it's not the worst. I still... Yeah. I gain some life, but I still, like, have a soldier for free. Hero's Downfall's awkward. He can go Whip, reanimate my Eidolon of Blossoms, and then play Banishing Light. Doomwake Giant, sure. I'm gonna go Elspeth minus here, because then he kills a Doomwake Giant for free, basically. Look, if honestly, with the heroic deck, feel free to not believe me. Feel like I am more than happy, as a general rule, to be proven wrong. Always, never a problem. However, I'm just giving you my honest opinion on the fact. That's really it. Um, my thoughts on the matter are, the deck is that like there. This is a format with Corsair Crucifix, Sylvan Caryatid, and tons of removal. So it's a question of like, what do you do? Yeah, like, and there's Thoughtseize, which is actually insane against, like, yeah, look, you could not believe me. You could run the deck. I don't mind. You may play the deck incredibly well, and that is worth something. But if you're asking me my opinion on what I think of the deck, and I think the deck is not your best option. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so he gets back Eidolon Blossoms. Okay, so he's gonna go Banishing Light on the Brimaz, kill the Elspeth. He has a hero's downfall, so we'll see. Yeah, he goes Banishing Lights, draws a card. Yeah, it's fine. It happens. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not sure why. Did he play a land of the Courser? Okay, not sure why he did that then. Okay. Yeah, Elspeth is dead. Gain some life. Yep. Lana Blossoms is gone, which is fantastic news. I could play Elspeth again, but he does have a Doomwing Giant and a Hero's Downfall, so unlikely. What I'll do is I'll play instead this Reaper of the Wilds, which is going to be hard for him to deal with. Oh, this is interesting. Aphros got a passage, so okay. So I have to pay free life to make sure something dies for good. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thankfully, I got this Silence of Believers, so it doesn't matter too much. Like I got like, is it gonna be a creature? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close. To 5/4 indestructible. Okay. Doomwake Giant, sure, that's fine. He still has Hero's Downfall. Yeah, Krufis Insight. So he draws Aphros, Banishing Light. Wow, he has a lot. Yeah. Wow, you put Iolana Blossoms into the graveyard? That is an interesting choice. That is a very interesting choice. Let's see. I could Thoughtseize something here. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. Let's see what he has. He has double Banishing Light. Hero's Downfall. Banishing Lights are pretty dead right now, and I'd like to keep it that way, so I'm just going to take the Aphros, which is not going to do much. It says Banishing Light, Font of Fertility. Yeah, I'll just take the Aphros. He might. Can he minus my team, actually? He can go -3 and kill the Carriage, which is not good. Although, what I can do is, in response to the third one, go Silence Your Believer. That seems like a plan. What? Yeah. He's getting a lot of advantage. Like, it's going to take a while to punch through all this stuff. If I can. So he has another Doomwake Giant. It's going to take a long time to punch through this stuff. I think this is basically the black-green Constellation deck, but splashing for just Banishing Light. Or is it Junk Constellation? I mean, it's technically Junk Constellation, but... So he gets back Eidolon of Blossoms, and he has 4 mana up. Yeah, the Eidolon has to come in play. Which is annoying, but it's what it is. I can always silence like the Doomwake Giant at end of turn. It's not a problem. So he plays Font of Fertility. So still minus ones, minus ones. Still fine. Yeah, drawing cards with the Eidolon is frustrating here for me, but then he's gonna go for the Banishing Light. Uh, although, oh, he has a Font of Fertility. He has two lands though, so I really need to exile that Doomwake Giant. So otherwise, I'm in dire straits if I don't do that. So yeah, let's do that. Still gets to draw a card, which is really frustrating. Yeah, you just exile it and then you're fine. He did draw a lot of cards, which is awkward, but he has a 2/4 lifelinker and a 2/2. Wait, why is he attacking with Courser? I have a 2 free, so I can just block the Courser and give my guy Death Touch? Because that only gets a land. That doesn't get anything else. So let's give him my guy Death Touch. Really? Wow. He just sacrificed his Courser for no reason? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. So he doesn't have a Fawn. He has a Banishing Light along with another Banishing Light. I don't want to Caryatid. Land's okay. Caryatid's awkward right now. Okay. So my opponent seems to have done a lot of stuff, but doesn't seem to have mattered much. Let's see. I could play Elspeth, but he has a bunch of Banishing Lights, so I'm okay with just smashing in with Reaper of the Wilds here. Starting to whittle down that life total. It's a pretty big life total. Okay. Hope he doesn't have silences of his own. That might be awkward. I guess he could like play two Banishing Lights to remove one Reaper. Which I gotta be honest, like if sure. He has Hero's Downfall. Like he's drawing his deck. He just what else is he gonna do? Like he doesn't have a Doomwake Giant. There's one in the yard already. Yeah, so he's gonna go Banishing Light. He's gonna target something, which I'm just gonna protect with Hexproof. I'm surprised he does this now, but why not? Okay, so Hexproof until end of turn. So he can get rid of the other Reaper, which I suspect is fine. He used up two Banishing Lights to get rid of one Reaper, which I'm okay with. Fundamentally, I'm... Oh, he goes Hero's Downfall? Temple of Plenty. I can draw more lands, it's fine. Wow, he plays Hero's Downfall when he could have just used Banishing Light there? So wait. He could have played Hero's Downfall to kill this? And instead chooses not to? I'm really confused by what my opponent's doing. Like, fundamentally confused. He has another Banishing Light, so I'm just going to pass the turn, even if it's a little less value with Silence the Believers. I'm okay with that. Like, he has one Doomwake Giant. Like, he's running out of, like, threats. This is why the Elspeth... Whoa. Okay, so that's his last Doomwake Giant, so... I kind of... Oh, that was... Oh, man, I played terribly there. Oh, I played awful. I should have, like, exiled the first Doomwake, because now he can just get back at the other Doomwake. Not that it matters anyways. Like, I couldn't do anything about it, so... Oh, wow, that was terrible. Yeah, that was awful. It doesn't matter, like, because it means that he would have had to reanimate his Doomwake Giant and nothing else at least. Like, here he can reanimate any crappy enchantment creature and they'll be good. Which is really awkward. Yeah. Oh, he's getting back the Doomwake Giant? I guess that's fine. Courser Crew Fix. Do I want that on top? Like, if I have Courser Crew Fix, then this guy can't get protected unless I get lucky, so I'll put it on the bottom for now. I really need, like, Hero's Downfall is okay. Not much life, though, so I think it's okay, though. I can't really, like, lose a Hero's Downfall. If I can get rid of those Doomwake Giants, then he's down to, like, nothing, so... Oh, wow. Yeah, he has literal everything. Wouldn't that matter then? That's good to know. So I have Hero's Downfall. So I was just going to play Hero's Downfall on his combat stab, I think. Oh, he does have Silence of Believers in his deck. Cool. Whoa, 1, 2, 3. I should have killed a Doomwake Giant in response. That was a mistake. Because now you have to take free life for no reason. Yeah, I should have done that in response once he targeted it. Not really used to playing against this, I gotta be honest. Yeah, I'll have to prevent it, so... He doesn't have a Banishing Light, so I'm probably dead anyways. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I could have prevented free damage easily there. Or rather, free life loss. Oh wow, Phyrexia. Yeah, I can't beat Phyrexia, however. I can see the game, like, yeah, I can't beat those. It's fine. I'm probably better post-board. So post-board. Fozzie's Feast of Dreams seems unreal. This kills Eidolon of Blossoms and little else. Drown in Sorrow does kill all the crappy Death Touch guys, but... I don't think Dictative Heliod is where I want to be. It's not really the plan. Johnny Mentor of Heroes is pretty bad in this matchup. Reaper of the Wilds is probably not the threat I want. I could board out some Carrotids. I think they're the weakest card. Yeah, I board out some Carrotids. I'd probably keep up the rest. Read the Bones is fine. Carrotid and a Brimaz can go. Yes, I'd like to play first. I wouldn't like to mulligan. I think I'm okay with this. Even if it is on the weaker side, potentially. I guess there is an argument for Agents of Erebos, but it seems really weak compared to every other sideboard option in the format. You know, personal again. There was an argument in that game. I didn't take the whip with my Fotsies early on, and it did create like a lot of advantage overall. So maybe I should have taken the whip instead of the reanimate. Yes, two Doomwake Giants and a Crufus is in sight. I'm gonna take the inside again. I still think it's like a card advantage engine I should be getting rid of. Of course, if Crufix is completely fine, of course. So he's gonna play his Fawn, Temple, Pass. He's got Doomwake Giants, Forest, Mana Confluence, Fawn of Fertility, right? I'm just gonna play this guy straight up. Because it cuts his turn, like his turn if I do. Ooh, Deicide, sweet. I'm not gonna exile a god with it. I may, but not this game. So he had, what did he add? He had, from Fotsies he had some stuff. Doomwake Giant. He had a Forest, so he has a few unknown cards now. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that a removal spell was not one of them. Ooh. This is pretty good. I get to remove the card. Yeah, sure. Deicide is like an ultra removal spell, so I might as well. Even if he knows about it, I'm probably better off using the Hero's Downfall. Just about. Yeah, I think Hero's Downfall is fine here. Even if he knows about Deicide, it's not as if he can really play around it without an Elspeth. Like, I may regret this if his version's playing Elspeth monumentally. I don't think it is somehow, but... Which is why I did that. I wouldn't do that if I thought he had Elspeth, so... Put Brimaz on top, smash in. So right now, I know from his hand a Doomwake Giant and a Mana Confluence. So I know Doomwake Giant out of okay, 4 cards. Okay. Please tell me he doesn't have Elspeth. That would be really awkward. I don't know. Blossoms is already awkward enough. Yeah, you draw a card. I can't stop that. I can, however, stop this. You're not drawing a card from that. Oh, I showed the full Deicide, so let me play the foil one. Oh, he's seen both. The Stringo of the Fallen deck looks actually pretty sexy. Oh, Elspeth is on top. That's pretty friggin' sweet. He knows about that. I'm gonna like keep the temple just because of the value that it can provide me. I don't want to waste that value, so like in terms of like it can scry me something if like it's a Carotid on top. I think I did board out the Carotid, so it's unlikely that I'm gonna do it, but. So yeah, he's got a Doomwake Giant. Oh, that's really bad for me. He reveals a bunch of stuff that's not good for me. He put he put the cards he couldn't put in his hand in the graveyard. So, oh, sorry, he has a Brain Maggot. Misclicked. Oh, that's not good. Place Courser Crewfix, huh? Oh, he has a swamp on top as well. Wow, literal. Oh wow, yeah. The trigger from Strength of the Fallen is actually preventing him from using it. So I have a few options. I can either, I think, I think even if he does have Doomwake Giant, I am better off just deciding the Courser, so he has to draw the swamp. Moto's lagging. I might have to restart it after this match. Banishing Light is definitely a card I am keeping on top. Because the thing is, this is going to force him to play Doomwake Giant, probably. I got the 8-man starting. Let's see. So much latency on Moto. I know he has Doomwake Giant. I'm not gonna like. Oh my gosh, the latency is killing me. This latency is actually gonna destroy me. I'm gonna have to relog during sideboarding. Yeah, like after this match, I'm gonna like disconnect because I have to like reset this. This is too slow. Would I like to mulligan? No, I would not. That's a sweet hand. I'm just gonna F6 this because there's nothing I can do. Strength of the Fallen. Yep. He doesn't have Banishing Light on top, so I'm not too worried. I have a Temple. I don't mind. So I can go. My opponent's at 5, so I can just go. Here, what I can do is just go Banishing minus Elspeth, killing Doomwake Giant, Banishing Light, removing the Brain Maggot, and win. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yep, that's the plan. Doomwake Giant dies. Banishing Light the Maggot. And he's dead. Yeah, and then after this game, I'm going to reset Moto because it's unfortunately been a little slow for my taste. Up. Okay. It's going to look like it crashed. I'm just closing it down and reopening it because, yes. It's part of the program's quirks is it uses up more and more memory as you go, so unfortunately it's correct to do that. Especially if I want to double queue and not lose with clock. The other match, I really hope the guy is aggressive, like, because otherwise I'm going to have trouble. At some point it'll work, I swear. So yeah, so if you're just coming in, yeah, I haven't... The black screen is normal. I had to restart Moto because it was being too slow. I think like every trigger probably makes it slower. Plus, it obviously streaming is not helping the cause. Kind of wish I didn't need I didn't need like a supercomputer or something to run this program. It'd be nice if it was like a normal computer that could run the stream. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, that was interesting actually. The strength of the Fallen deck. The reason I said that he don't think he has Elspeth, by the way, is because I don't think he's. I think he's built that deck because he can't afford. Well, maybe that deck doesn't benefit from Elspeth. Maybe. I still struggle to see why wouldn't, but okay. So we're on 21 minutes in this match. Oh wow, my opponent was checking that he hadn't lost connection. Um, and yeah, the problem here is that your sideboard gets reset, which is really awkward. So I have to be a bit fast about this. Da, da, da. Get rid of a Johnny, Reapers, Caryatids, and Dictate, and we're good. No, wait. There's something else. There's something else. What was the other card? One Brimaz could go. Yeah, that was fine. Cool. So in this match, my opponent fought. He disconnected. This hand is awkward, but fine. It's a bit rare to not get a temple. I would have liked one temple in this hand. To kind of get the engine going. Also makes your mana better. Oh, there we go. There's a temple. I'm okay with that. Now it makes my mana quite good. Except for double white, actually, now that I think about it. I might need a temple plenty. I can get double white later, so it's not a problem. Okay, so here we've managed our resolve our differences, so to speak. I'm gonna go Temple of Silence, Forest probably for Brimaz. Course of Krufix on top for sure. Goes Caryatid. Sure. I'm gonna go with Fleece Main Line, and if I don't get that second white, that's gonna be really awkward. It's possible for sure. Paint's here, so he's on the blue-black deck, which is interesting. So he's on the Swapsies deck. But thankfully I should be okay. Just have to be careful. Like if he has Springleaf Drum, there's not much I can do about it. Ooh, Daring Thief is interesting here. Yeah, so he has Daring Thief, so he's gonna be able to start trading stuff. I'm okay with Courser here, just to start getting an advantage. Silence of Believers is a nice one here. I could play Temple of Plenty, but I think having the Temple of Malady here makes sense. Top. Gain a life. So he draws an island. That's pretty sweet. Yep. I don't think this match is going to take that long. Oh, Brain Maggot. I don't really care about that right now. Although the Daring Thief is probably going to have to go. Hero's Downfall's the Fleece Main Line. I could keep a Hero's Downfall up, but he is one turn away from the critical turn, and I want to take an idol on a Blossoms if I can. Cool. So he has literal nothing that I've taken idol on, which is awesome. Swamp Pass is good here. Really? Oh, he has Trident Tactics. Oh, okay. So what is he gonna do with Trident Tactics here? If he has Trident Tactics, like I might as well block the Paints here and force him to have Trident Tactics. Yeah, he plays Caryatid and he plays Caryatid. Yep. That's fine. No problems. Oh wow, draw another of my basic forests. Oh wow, I could actually have problems with white. Like there's like 8 temples and like 3 mana confluences plus a few basic planes, so Yeah. He plays Trident Tactics for sure. So what is actually so he swapped his paint share for his paint share for my Courser. Okay. What else could I do here? Don't really want to give him necessarily Brimaz for Brain Maggot. That seems poor. Let's play Temple of Plenty. I could put Mana Confluence on the bottom. I could either play Brimaz, but Brimaz is going to be a lot harder to kill. So let's just play Brimaz and pass the turn. Plays Doomwake Giant. That's where if you have a downfall, just to keep the tempo up. Corsair Crewfix is good because I might be able to top deck the Lucky Mana. Am I lucky? I'm not lucky, unfortunately. I might get lucky next turn, but I'm not lucky this turn. Like, I regret and I don't regret losing the Temple of Plenty, so I think I was correct to ship it. There's so many white sources in the deck. Oh, that is horrible. That is like, oh, wow. Wow, he drew free Courses or Crewfix? Okay. So he has triple Corsair Crewfix. I don't think I'm gonna beginning of combat step. Oh wow, is it never tried in tactics? That's awkward. So he plays Corsair Crewfix. Oh, plays a Scryland off the top as well. Oh, he has a never Scryland off the top? Okay. I have to still like block the Daring Thief anyway, so it's not as if he has a Brain Maggot on top. So frustrating. I can kill the Brain Maggot, I guess. It's not the end of the world, but wow, so frustrating not to have the extra white mana for Elspeth here. Um, there's no point. I might as well just pass. I'll probably Hero's Downfall the Brain Maggot. Oh wow, a Forest, so he's gonna gain a ton of life. What did he swap? Nothing? He just went, wow, he literally just went Trident Tactics and wasted it? That seems weird. Oh, it's bug. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. Reaper of the Wilds is fine because it has hexproof. I can't really attack with Brimaz here, so yeah, there's no good attacks with Brimaz. I'll just like wait for the Silence of Believers to be very good. I know he has free courses. Oh, Prognostic Sphinx? Yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, Prognostic Sphinx is a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. I could silence the Believers and get back Hero's Downfall too. That doesn't seem the worst. I'll probably play your Reaper of the Wilds here. I'll put Corsair on top with a Silence the Believers coming up next turn, so... Yeah, he plays Courser. You should play Courser number 2 free as well. I'm gonna just like F6 on the... Not F6, sorry. What was the right term? I am surprised his deck is not running Dictate of Heliod, by the way. Yeah, beginning of combat. Cool story, bro. Yeah, that makes sense. Get the island so you don't have to draw it. I really like the Inspired deck, by the way. I think it's a good choice. Although now I can attack with Reaper of the Wilds, which is a big plus. I'm not gonna lie. I could attack with Brimaz as well. Because I have the silence, so it's not too bad here. Yeah, he plays the last Courser and just plays his Forest here. I don't know what his last card is. I could. I think he has a Fauna Fertility in hand. I could take it, I guess, in case he draws a Nidalon of Blossoms. Yeah, declare attackers is fine. He took the hero's downfall, yeah. I mean, the ultimate card on top would be like, why would? Oh, he just wants to eat time. Come on. Might as well take the Font of Fertility from his hand because it might convert into a card later. Trident Tactics, okay. Oh wow. That's interesting. So I have to silence before blockers potentially. That's a lot of Trident Tactics. If I silence before blockers, I can see what happens here. Yeah, Temple of Silence is very good. Just the ability to do something. Yeah. Yeah, take it. And Banishing Light as well. I could take the... Yeah, Banishing Light, the Brain Maggot, I might as well. Get back Hero's Downfall. And pass the turn back. There's a Fauna Fertility on top, yeah. So, that's just F60s. Sign blockers for Brimaz. I guess, yeah. I could silence the let's see what I could silence. The Brain Maggot and the Daring Thief? Or the Brain Maggot and the Courser? Actually, the Daring Thieves are unlikely to do much right now, so it's not too bad. Can be a problem if he draws a Springleaf Drum, but should be okay otherwise. Because he has an island on top as well, which is sweet. Declare blockers. I need to focus on this match. I know he has nothing as well, so I definitely should be focusing on it. Mainly because I can just go Elspeth here and kill a Courser if I so choose, which is not too bad. You can't really do much about it, which is awesome. F6. Yeah. Sure, you should play your land for free, but whatever. I'll come back to the blue-black inspired deck in a bit. Oh wow, he has Hero's Downfall. Well, that's awkward. Well played, sir. I think my opponent played well in the 8-man. Let's see. Still taking a sweet time. I think he's trying to time me out. Okay, my exile cards. Okay. I can at least f6 here so he can scry away for a bit, which is good. My opponent, I'm going to have to, like, probably f6 here. Oh, he failed to search? Wow. End step, okay. That was a bit strange, but why not? Always yield to that, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm okay with this on top. +1. Yeah, I'm just going to ultimate Elspeth and win that way. That seems good. That seems like a victory condition. Because he decides to not play his lands off courser. Oh, not Crewfisting's Insight. No. No, that is the worst card I could have seen. Like, with Crewfisting's Insight, he literally gets to, like, dig 6 cards for Doomwake Giant or Whip of Erebos, which is horrible for me. Like, that is the actual worst card he could have on top for me. Like, literal 1 turn before the Fleecemane line as well. Aww. I mean, it's probably fine, but it's more a question of time here. Like, I don't have much time in this match. So he plays Doomwake Giant, it just, like, resets everything. Just really awkward. Okay, so he has a land on top, which he should remove from his, Yeah. Please no Doomwakes. That's a whip. He doesn't have enough mana for that, actually. He gets... yeah, so... Whip went into the graveyard. Wow. Okay. And an Eidolon went as well, so... Okay. That's okay. I can live with that. Elspeth is going to ultimate and do some good work. Declare blockers. Oh, I'm probably going to want to trade a Daring Thief here. I don't know, Blossoms, sure. You can't draw Doomwake, which is good. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can actually ultimate the Fleecemane, which is good. Oh, is that a Banishing Light on top? Which he can't play? Sweet. Okay. So how much damage can I deal to him? I have 27 at least. So I can deal to him... Oh, he can attack with all the guys. Not that I mind. Actually, I win this game, but I can't... I have to focus on time, so... My opponent's going to try to kill me on time, but I can... Yeah, he plays Brain Maggot. At this point, I just kill a Corsair Crewfix just to save time again. All about that saving time. Precious time. Fleecemane. Green, green. White. White. And whatever. Yep. So I'm dealing him... Oh, come on. I've got the win. Brain Maggot comes. He draws a card. I don't really care. So I'm going to deal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27 plus whatever I've got. So he's dead. Cool. He's going to attack anyways to, like, eat my time. Okay, no, that's fine. I get an emblem. And I smash in for the kill. Because obviously it doesn't register all the clicks I do beforehand. Oh, I restart Moto and it's still too slow. Wow. Yep. There we go. All flying damage. Elspeth gets there, which is thankful for me. Let's focus on the other match. We were the last match for obvious reasons. So here I can kill his Daring Thief. And yeah, we're running out of time in all these matches, so I need to kill his Daring Thief here to kind of avoid problems. I could concede this game and just save time to try to win the other two, but I do have like Dictative Heliod that can still win me the game. Sorry for everyone who was waiting in the daily, by the way. Obviously, I always get Marco in my 8-mans. Oh. I think I'd ask you like to declare blockers when there's no way you can block a flying creature. Never Daring Thief, wow. All the tactics, all the thieves. He knows that what I have in hand. I may as well just attack with the Brimass here only. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's dead. There is an angle here where I could. I can't Hero's Downfall his guy because it won't work. I won't have enough. He is running out of cards slowly, so the Silence of Believers, and I'm back in this game. Oh, wow. Oh, so close. That basic swamp's the worst. I have to mulligan, unfortunately. This is better. Yeah. So he plays another Sphinx, I guess? Yeah. I'm going to concede this game unless that card on top is Dictate. There's no way I can win, so might as well concede, save time. Arbor Colossus. Thoughtseize. Feast of Dreams, no. Bob Light, yes. Drown in Sorrow is actually okay because he has Brain Maggots and some stuff. Not Read the Bones. DSI doesn't really do anything. Banishing Light's actually okay. I don't want to have him a Dictative Heliod. Caratids are again a little on the weak side against him. Johnny's not something I want. And I can board out a Brimaz. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wow. So this guy, the opponent I'm facing is playing Heroic. And he's 2-0, so maybe I'm wrong about these Heroic decks. I mean, if I do stumble like this, then yeah, they are pretty good. Swamp is actually terrible here. Like, out of all the lands, I would probably would have kept any non-swap land. Would I like to play first? Yes. I will not like to mulligan. Yeah, cool. So he goes Dragon Mantle. Okay, so this game might be quick. That's easy. Oh, wow. Oh, and okay, so and in my 8-man, my opponent mulligan to 0 or 3 cards roughly. So whoa, okay, okay, I've got a shot at all this stuff. He attacks me with both. That's pretty quick. Wow. I am taking damage at an accelerated rate. Bottom. However, Brimaz and then a Courser could really change things around. I may have to take a damage on Mana Confluence. Would like to mulligan this hand. I think it's fine. It's got an Elspeth too many for my taste, but that's it. Really, really hoping to draw. Do I have a Bobblight in this deck? No, I don't. Okay, so actually in trouble here. Actually, I don't really care about the card advantage of Courser here. It's just like stem the bleeding. Brimaz will stem the bleeding a little bit. Because all those 1/1s are actually going to matter a lot. So he goes Springleaf War on turn 1, which is probably his nut draw. I need lands. I mean, it's fine to go double Fleecemane, but I don't think so. So he has Free Mountain, so I can probably block the Fire Drinker Satyr. Oh, of course, that's not convenient, so... the 1/1 dies as well, which is really awkward. But I can attack back, which is actually pretty important. I guess you could have Lightning Strike. Yeah, wow, Pain Seer already. He's already drawing cards. That's pretty powerful. Oh, wow, Pain Seer Thoughtseize? Wow, that is a draw. Oh, he's Lightning Striking the Brimaz or something? He's got to do something, right? He can't be... Yeah, yeah, like, obviously that makes sense. Let's see. I may as well attack with the Cat Soldier. He's not trading anytime soon, so why not? I'll play Plains and play a Silence the Believers when he attacks next turn. He took away the Fleecemane, and I have a Mana Confluence, so it's not too bad. I do have to kill that Pain Seer, like, immediately. What's that? Dragon Mantle? Or Rolliker? Yeah, Rolliker, okay. Okay, Rolliker, that's fair. I thankfully got a Silence the Believers, so it doesn't matter too much. Here, I probably... what do I block here? I probably block the Aquan Crusader, and then silence this guy's belief. Oh wow, he has Titan Strength? Wow, he just went for it on the same guy. Oh wow. I really shouldn't be focusing too much on this match. It's going to be so quick. Yep. Okay. Exile his whole shebang. Don't scry. Don't pass go. Oh, wow. He has 2 Pain Seers? That's going to be awkward because he has Hero's Downfall as well. I guess I still have to Downfall. So awkward. Double Dark Confidant. Oh. What do I have here? I could Hero's Downfall to 2/1. Is that the plan? Yeah, I could Downfall to 2/1. That seems okay. I'm just going on the premise he has no burn. Carotid is way too late to the party. Way, way too late. Yeah. Darien Thief, sure. Yeah, I guess I have to... I'm not in a good position if he has any burn, but... I'm going to have to play Elspeth and go to 1. Pretty much. So basically I'm playing Elspeth and just hoping he has literal nothing. Which is possible. With some luck. Wow, the third paints here. My kingdom for a drown in sorrow. Like, literally would be the best top deck ever. I could go Brimaz, I guess. Since he has to go Hero's Downfall. It's not the greatest to go Brimaz here, I guess. I want to have the Forest, but I need... I'll have the Forest on top, but that might be wrong. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, cool. Mono Red Aggro. Feast of Dreams seems okay, as does Bile Blight. As does Drown in Sorrow. Banishing Light is okay, and the rest is probably too weak. Dictator Heliod is not for this matchup, as are the Thoughtseizes, because he's not playing combo, he's playing red aggro. And a Johnny Mentor of Heroes is pretty bad, and the rest is actually probably good. So that's an easy sideboard. Oh wow, okay, so he's only done one trigger paints here. I would like to play first, yes. Once I'm allowed to play first, obviously. Oh, come on. Is it because you can't load up scheduled events? Which makes no sense. I'm going to close the scene of scheduled events. That'll make my life easier. There we go. I would not like to mulligan this hand. No. Not that hand. Daring Thief, okay. You revealed Bile Blight, okay. Okay. Oh, yes, Trident Tactics. Oh, wow. That's not good for me. That's not good for me at all. So he has a Hero's Downfall again. Oh, that's a 2-5. I can't block. He has Hero's Downfall, so... Yep, just forgot about that. Temple O'Malley definitely goes on top because I need the second black for Drown. So I'm probably going to go Sylvan Carotid first. Carotid allows me to play Brimaz, so I'll play Carotid first. I'm not blocking for obvious reasons. I think, by the way, the UB Inspired deck won against me in the 8-man. Like, his draw was pretty nuts, I gotta admit. Like, I'm not 100% sure of the matchup, but the draw was nutty. I guess we could train Paints here. Prognostic Sphinx, okay. Take 2 damage here. Yeah, you can swap the soldier for your daring thief. I have no problem with that. Here I just play Brimaz, and I am gonna power Drown in Sorrow for next turn. I'm okay on mana now. Oh, Bioblight. Okay, so Elspeth dies. I can't win this game, can I? If I go Reaper of the Wilds, can I win this game? I think he's just gonna attack me. Oh wow, he attacks with all of them? I'll block his sits here. I still get the 1/1, so it's not the worst. I guess I could like decide to not block and take whatever damage this is, but I want to absorb a lightning strike here, I suspect. They attack the Elspeth, okay. Oh, the Reaper of the Wild just dies to Hero's Downfall. Lightning Strike plus that, yeah? Let's see what I can do here. I gotta just play the Drown in Sorrow. Like, maybe there is a school of thought where I shouldn't have blocked with Brimaz. That might have been correct. I don't have the Great Revel. That's pretty good. Sweet. Temple of Silence. Elspeth is actually not what I want right now. Because, I mean, I could have Elspeth. It's not a... I can leave Elspeth. That's not too bad. As long as I draw my lands eventually. Here in this game, he's at 7. He's got Daring Thief, Hero's Downfall. I can't win this game, so I'm going to just concede it. So the 8-man's done. Unfortunately, lost it. So his beginning of combat step against Mono Red. He might have Titan Strength, but I really need to absorb that card now, I think. Do I? I don't think he's bluffing. I could just like pass the turn actually. Just take the 2 here, and then when he, like every turn that Courser is giving me an advantage, so I have no need to do anything here. Like if he kills the Courser with like a removal spell, I don't care fundamentally. It's still like a 2 for 1. I'll play Elspeth next turn, and he's dead, pretty much. I don't see us winning this game, personally. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, if I don't block with Brimaz, yeah, I might as well. Sorry, maybe I'm a bit late on the text, but I know what you mean. Okay. If he wants to kill Courser, he kills Courser. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I still get to Elspeth next turn, so good luck to him. Yeah. I'm still removing that. Is it correct to remove that? I think so. There's no need to put anything in play that's going to threaten me. Fleecemane is probably a little redundant at this point. I don't think he runs Storm Breath, but maybe I'm wrong. If he runs Storm Breath, then I made a big mistake. But he doesn't seem to run Storm Breath. I haven't seen a card that costs more than, like... Is there anything he can do now? Probably not. Like, between the soldiers and the upcoming Fleecemane that's going to ultimate. Like, you can kill the Fleecemane. I don't really fundamentally care. If he kills it, that means he has no cards in hand. So, is there anything in the format that punishes me for making more soldiers? I don't think so, right? There's nothing in the format, right? Make a carroted and pass? There's nothing like punishes me for like per creature I have in play or something random like that, no? Pretty sure this is fine. Okay, yeah. Dragon Mantle the soldier, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's also fine. That definitely does not do the trick. I don't even need to ultimate Elspeth, I don't care. There we go. Blocks, and game over. Cool. So, Feast of Dreams might be okay because it kills Eidolon. And it does kill Enchanted Creature as well. I can't believe... Actually, I missed that one. That was a mistake. Should have had that. But instead of what? Brimaz is really good. Oh, wow, there's a Thoughtseize left? Oh, that didn't come out by accident. Oh, I must have clicked on the Thoughtseize by accident over Feast of Dreams. Okay. There we go. We're good. Ugh. Yeah, the Daring Thief being bugged is awkward. No, I'll keep, even if it doesn't have Drown. Yeah, Fire Drinker sits here. I need some kind of removal now. Brimaz would be quite nice, actually. Yeah, if he goes Dragon Mantle, then sure. I am thinking here of just like... I might just banishing like that guy. I'm definitely not blocking. Wow, he is not scared of Drown in Sorrow. Like, he has zero fear of that card. He has no fear of Drown in Sorrow. Enchanted with, yeah. Yeah, Bestow. So I can block the 2-1 probably. Okay, he doesn't have Titan Strength, I know that much. Brimaz is going to deal me some damage, but I think it's necessary. Let me play a Temple of Silence first. If he has the kill, he has the kill. Like, I need to survive and then play Elspeth next turn. I gotta play, I guess, Sylvan Carotid, but he is not scared of Drown in Sorrow. Like, at all. Just played free guys into it. Okay. Let's see. If I block this, then he gets to kill it. Am I under a lock in that case? Like, Because he could... I don't think I can, like, play around any burn spells anyway, so... He probably has a burn spell. I can't do anything about it. I guess I don't want to lock myself under Eidolon of the Great Revel, so I'll do that. I wish I did have the Drowning Star. That would have been nice, but I only have 2 copies, so makes sense. Lightning Strike? What? What? Whoa, 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 what just happened? What? Why did he lightning strike my guy? Wait, what? Whoa, 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 what just... That makes 0 sense, right? He probably has a spare lightning strike? Like... Oh, I'm probably gonna die to lightning strike with Minor Confluence. I just don't have a choice. I have to cast Elspeth. But if he played a lightning strike, he probably has a... No, wait. No, he would have killed me. Did he just misplay? Like, straight up? Does he just have harness or something? Okay, I guess he had it. He did not redirect the damage to Elspeth, unfortunately. That would have been too much. Mao. Without that mana confluence, that's actually okay. Like if it was another untapped land, like a plains or something. Wow. At that point, I can't cast spells, but I can make tokens with Elspeth. Okay, fair enough. I'll give my opponent credit. I didn't expect mono red aggro. That was the daily. That was game 3 of the daily. I mean, that's the thing with, like, I guess those mono red aggro decks is just sometimes they just get you. You don't draw what you need, and that's it. I mean, percentage wise, I'm favored, but doesn't matter if like they have the draw. Sure, why not? Gotta wait for this thing. You create the room. I mean, I've been crushing the bug control deck, so Chapin's deck beats, like, basically, I guess, the tricolor stuff. I think it beats the mono red deck. I guess the draw was very good against me. Yeah, like, the one Drown of Sorrow would have been enough to just seal the deal. Heck, even a removal spell. Like a Bile Blight or something like that. Burnos was fine. I really do like Eidolon of the Great Revel, though. I think it's well positioned. It's a nice 2/2, and it does what you want. You coming or? So Marco, by the way, for those who are watching, Marco's thinking of is gonna play against me, so we'll see how it goes. Don't you have like pre-built decks already? Come on. Like by the time you come on, I'm gonna just have to like go away because it'll be time to play the daily. So I mean, we're only 10 minutes. Like we need to move on. People are watching. Okay. Let's rock. So I don't know what you're playing, but I'll keep this. I'm gonna be in mega pain if you're playing aggro. But you're not. Okay, so... Oh, you're playing the band deck. How long do I think this game is gonna last? Probably take the Brimaz here. Just have 2 Elspeths. Wow, I am taking pain. This is a little of an unusual draw. Sometimes you just curve out, I guess. Wow, why can't I have those draws in actual games, I guess? Vanishing Light, sure. Reaper's the most damage, right? Yeah. Sweet. Well, that was quick. So he's playing Band Control, so Fotsies. Probably Arbor Colossus is okay against him. Dictate. Vanishing Light, Declare of Heresies. Read the boss. I don't necessarily need all these cards, but we'll see. Sylvan Carotid. It's poor. Let's see, that's a lot of big stuff. Hmm. If he's playing Brimaz, if he's playing Brimaz, then probably need the removal. What do I want to board out? The Walls is probably not the right threat against him. 20 Mentor of Heroes might be a bit slow. I'm just boarding this on the premise that you might have the Prognostic Sync. Maybe one less of these. Just keep removal. Cool. Wow, two, yep, keep the forest on top. Gives me my second green. Sweet. Yep. Mana Confluence isn't too... Okay. I could Mana Confluence and then play Courser, or I could play Fleece Mane and a Temple. Like that. Just two Fleece Manes. Do I want to wait on Silence Believers? Take the extremely aggressive options when you can, I guess. Jeez, this is aggro. Lying in. It's actually pretty incredible. I've had this Corsair Crewfix and don't really mind or care about it. All I care about is smashing with lions if I can. Sphinx, I guess. Yep. Banishing Light isn't worth it because, yeah. I think here I just attack with both lines and ultimate one of them. Gives me lethal next turn if he doesn't have anything else. Yep. I could Banishing Light this guy, which makes him have to discard a card and then kill the Kiora. That seems better. I can also play the Course of Crufix that way, actually. Probably kill the Kiora, to be honest. It seems better. Oh wow, unless he has a Null. That'd be interesting. I can't play the Temple of Silence. I need the mana. If he has a Null, he has a Null. Wow, he just let it happen. That was one aggressive match. Maybe. Maybe. Open it up, do it again and we'll see. Worst case scenario, we can always finish it, like, stop it. Do you play Fleece Mains in that deck? Ah. I think the deck's fine, to be honest. Okay, so this is a different deck, sure. I have to Hero's Downfall that right away. Even if it's not profitable for me to do so. Like, it does cut my plays quite a bit, but I think it's correct to do it. Sons of Believers is usually good against those decks, so... Forest off the top, yep. Oh wow, turn out to turn it's going to be Advantage City, so... Do I want to try and draw a land off the Courser? Do I want to Silence the Believers? The dragon's not a monstrous, so I really need to draw lands. And I gain life to gain time, so... Hello! I don't have anything at mana cost instant speed, so I might as well just take it. Elspeth? This is just a friendly game with Marco. Yeah, I'm okay doing this trade. Nah, the Junk Enchantment deck was... Junk Constellation was just not too great. I think I want to Thoughtseize my opponent, Marco here. Yeah, I probably do want to Thoughtseize him just in case he has Destructive Reveille. Nope, he has nothing. Oh, to be fair, that guy was playing a little closer to junk mid range, because he has Elspeth in his junk deck. But most of the junk constellations deck didn't play Elspeth, which seems pretty wrong. How much damage am I taking this way? He goes Fleece Main Ultimate, so that's 6 in the air. Yeah, the ultimate kills me because he blocks everything. I don't think I can beat it anyway, so. I can't win because I don't have a removal spell. I probably don't need a Banishing Light against that deck, actually. It's pretty weak. I can be okay with 1 Carotid. White. White mana first, just in case. Really need to get to white mana. Of course. Instantly punished. Yeah. I'm gonna need that. That would have been the line I was looking for earlier. Yeah, Carotid. Yep. Um, I'm probably gonna silence some believers. Corsair Prefix is interesting, but I have all I need in hand to win, so I should just be looking for straight up lands, even if Corsair does help me a bit. Yeah, Dictate's been pretty good for me, if I want to give it a go. Yeah, let's see. I could go for Brimaz here. I think it's fun to go for Brimaz here. Brimaz facing V Brimaz. Like, he can't attack into Brimaz because if he attacks into Brimaz, I... Oh, well, that's pretty good. I guess I prefer that over, like, hitting on Elspeth. This is generic, while Glare is pretty specific. But at the same time, I need to be able to deal with Elspeth. Like, there's a lot of threats. Like, you could easily have Elspeth for Dragon, so. Not too good. If it's Elspeth, I'm okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like, which one do you keep? Like, this doesn't have any synergy. It's just, like, literally just, like, best cards in the format, and that's it. Maybe Naya is better. Maybe I should try Naya. Ugh. Wow. Um, I can survive at one life, but that's no. I'm pretty much dead. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not looking good here. Oh, yeah. I just play Fotsies. There we go. Oh, that was good. The Naya deck feels better. That Naya deck feels actually quite good. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I like the interaction of, like, Brimaz and Dragon and Fleecemate. Like, that might be good. Like, just being able to be, like, much more aggressive. Yes. Wow, all the basics. I guess. Ooh, it's kind of awkward. Like, I have Brimaz. I don't want to mulligan, but maybe it would have been correct to mulligan here. Wow, the no temple hand. No temples. Would have been good to have one mana confluence instead of any of the basics, but oh well. Let's play the. Hmm. I can cast stuff, but I probably should have played the temple there, actually. I think playing Brimaz on turn 3 was better there. Speaking of white blue heroic, okay. Um, I could play like this and then like go Fotsy the next turn. Wow. Okay, so what do I want to take away here? Stratus Walks makes it fly and he draws a card. But Fabled Hero. Oh, he can't cast Fabled Hero. Okay. I think the Stratus Walk is probably what I want. Since then he doesn't have any. real cards to put on his guy apart from God's Willing. Yeah, that's fine. Take the God's Willing, and all of a sudden he doesn't do much. Put on top. Okay, now I have to survive somehow. Yeah, so he has a lot of nothing. I guess play the Brimaz? No. Yeah, play the Brimaz is good here. I could probably have attack with a Fleeceman actually there. Yeah, could definitely have attack with a Fleeceman. Yep, Fabled Hero. Yep. Well, we'll see what he does here, but hopefully he didn't draw God's Willing. That would suck. Hopeful Eidolon. That's pretty good, but for now, that makes him a 4/4 lifelinker. I think that's fine. Because this lion just blocks it all day. Okay, so it's got lifelink and double strike. Sure. This lion has indestructible. I mean, I guess he could beef up his guy, but my guy's like indestructible, right? So he's gonna gain like 8. Okay, sure, gain life. And now attack with Brimaz, I guess. I'm just gonna kill that thing now. It's not. I've got like removal for the next one, so. He does have tons of time, which is awkward. Okay, so let's see. I'm keeping the mana confluence for a Courser. Stratus Walk. Let's downfall this guy. Oh, wait. Let's let him scry 1 first. Since that's gonna happen anyways. If he has like, yeah, okay, I've won the game. That's cool. Blue-white heroic, and that's why I don't think that deck is any good. Like, if you don't draw exactly the right cards, it looks really poor. Vanishing Light, Glare, Heresy. We're losing Dictate. What else are we losing? Reaper of the Wild is very badly positioned. Let's see what else. I probably want the Courser still because it allows me to accelerate. Maybe I don't, but like what would be bad against heroic? Like all this stuff seems good, but like if I board out the Carrotids, then I start like these Elspeths. I can probably board out 1 Elspeth. Board out maybe 1 Brimaz max, and then board out 2 Carrotids. So Yeah, that seems okay. So Carrotids are still fine. Like, it's mostly about trading, but yeah. Maybe Fleece Main Lion is not for this matchup, and I should board out the Fleece Mains. Actually, that would make sense to me, boarding out the Fleece Mains. This hand is perfectly fine. Wow, my opponent mulligans to like 5 right away. Vanishing Light is on top. Let's try not to lose this mulligan to 5. That'd be embarrassing. Fought sees him. Like, Fotsy seems bad against the aggro deck, but it's okay. Okay, so he's down to Plains. Bottom. So he's going to go Plains. Oh, wow, okay, so he scries. I guess I play Brimaz here. Yeah, Brimaz seems good here. So I know he's got a Plains, which he's going to play. No? Fabled Hero, okay. Do I want to play a Banishing Light here? I mean, I could keep the Bile Blight up. And the Feast of Dreams. I'll attack first and see what happens. Okay. I'm probably not going to play Bile Blight and Feast of Dreams. I'll probably play one or the other, so... Play Temple of Plenty. I don't want the Lion, I just want the... Do I not want the Lion, actually? The Lion's pretty sweet here, because it allows me to go Banishing Light next turn. Let's see here. Do I want to trade for the Fabled Hero? I probably should have killed the Fabled Hero. Yeah, I should have killed the Fabled Hero. That was a mistake. Like, rather than give him the out. Okay, I misplayed that. I should have killed the Fabled Hero right away. Oh wow. Yeah, I should have killed him with Banishing Light. Let's see. Can I attack with Brimaz here? Like, he just blocks with 2 Battle Wises? I don't think he's gonna fall for it. I could go Banishing Light and Fleece Mane and attack. Since he can't kill it. I think I'm using my removal maybe too liberally. I mean, I should have definitely Banishing Light that. I would have... I'm not even if I drew that, like, just to use my mana and not worry about anything. It's also kind of him to play his land. So, so that way I'm sure I don't have to worry. Elspeth. Yeah, like, it's just a combo deck. And when the combo doesn't work, that's what happens. Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, the deck sometimes gets, like, sweet draws, but, like, I lost that exact deck yesterday, so, So I went free 1 in the daily and 0-1 the 8-man. So spent 12 ticks and get 6 packs, a little bit up on the evening, which is okay. Tomorrow, I'm actually curious. I want to try that Naya deck that you played. Can you give me a list? Oh wow, MTGO being smooth. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. Sorry, I spoke too soon. I do not own 8 Elspeth Sun Champions. I do wish I did, but I do not. I think it's just like adding the cards from Chapin's deck, so yeah. I think there's a mix. There's one of these. Yeah. Okay. If I know how to pronounce Spanish, that'd be better. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm a bit tired tonight, so I'm gonna head off. But what I'm gonna do is build this deck for tomorrow. I think there's a lot of protection. Yeah, Brimaz. Actually, wait, Brimaz and Dictate. I like this. I like it. You also have Dictate and Xenagos, which I really like. Brimaz. Did I add Brimaz? No. He is called Brimaz. Oh, not Brimaz. Okay. It is missing, I think, something in terms of early interaction, maybe. Full disclosure, it is a Pete Dunne deck. Yes, that is probably okay. I'll check the mana base tomorrow, but this looks good. I'll give it a shot. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna give this a shot tomorrow, but in the meantime, I'm gonna head off for now. So cheers for tuning in.